so much for allowing me the opportunity to share my story and share my deep gratitude for this center and what it's done for me and my family. I think it's important for me to start at the very beginning, which is that I was raised in a really amazing, deep spiritual community here, right in Orange County in Huntington Beach. I think she was Dr. Reverend Peggy Bassett. My mom knew that was really important, that she get up every Sunday as a single full-time working mom and get me there. And she had to get herself dressed, get me dressed, and she made it a priority in her life, even though it wasn't always easy, to get me to church and really lay that foundation for my life, so that when my kids were 2 and 4, when Eddie and Teddy were 2 and 4, I knew they were out of the baby phase. It was time to find a spiritual community for them, for ourselves, for my family. And my mom and I started the task of church shopping, if you will. That home that we called home in Huntington Beach was closed many years ago, so thank you. So we started church shopping, and we went to, I can't tell you how many churches in Orange County, and I have to say they were all lovely, very lovely, great places. We met great people, but nothing really felt like home. So we decided we needed to go straight to the source and started driving up to Agape every Sunday. And I have to tell you that the rewards were immediate in all of our lives, in my boys' lives, in my life, in my mom's life. My mom, her own personal finances opened up right away. I experienced a deeper love between my husband and I, and my boys and I, and it was immediate. The first time they left Sunday school, you know, they're 2 and 4. They're both walking out very seriously, doing this to everyone. You can just tell really feeling in it. So we continue to drive up there on Sundays, and you know, because it's a commute, you don't stay and you don't necessarily meet a lot of people, but surely the benefits were great. The real catalyst for me, the defining moment, was when I was coaching Eddie. He was 4 years old at the time, and when you're coaching soccer with 4-year-olds, the coach is on the field running up and down with the kids. So we're really in the minute here. And Eddie says to me, Mommy, hold on, stop. I'm like, Eddie, honey, you know, no. Okay, kick the ball, make a goal that way, not that way. And, you know, and he's like, Mommy, please listen to me. Stop, Mommy. I'm like, okay, what, honey, what? And he goes, Mommy, I see God everywhere. Aww. And I knew right then and there, you know, that it was very important that these boys have a strong community, a strong place to call home, their spiritual home. So I went home that night, and this thought just kept kind of growing in my mind. Okay, we need to bring Agape to Orange County. We need to get Agape here. How are we going to do that? I'm like, okay, so we need to start a church. And then I thought, okay, how am I going to tell my mom this? How are we going to get her on board? And the interesting thing is, I think she actually planted this seed in my mind many, many years before. She'd always been telling me, listen, when we find our spiritual home, it's going to look like this, and we're going to have this at our spiritual home. And you know, and I started saying to myself, yeah, my boys, they're going to have this. So we kind of already had this seed planted, and Eddie really just watered it, put the sun right on it. We got to have it. So I was still trying to think to myself, how am I going to tell my mom? And of course, it was the great Oprah Winfrey that brought me the solution. And you know, I have to give Oprah gratitude for kind of laying it out for me here. And so I called my mom. I said, Mom, I'm coming over for lunch, and she thinks I'm just bringing lunch, and so she's excited. And we're sitting out on her patio, and I think it was Subway sandwiches and a beautiful sunny day. And she's going, how are you? And I said, oh, so good. How are you? And you know, she said, oh, I'm so good. And I said, well, Mama, the really exciting news is we're going to meet Oprah. And she said, oh, okay, great. Yeah, how? We'd been watching her Super Soul Sundays. I don't know if some of you participate or watch any of that stuff, so we were really in a great appreciation for the tremendous work that Oprah is doing. And I said, well, first we have to start a church. And she said, no. And I said, no, Mama, we do. And the reason I bring up the Oprah thing is it was less about this contest to meeting Oprah and more about this opportunity to put our vision, our idea that she kind of had many years before, and I had gotten this past, that past weekend, putting it into a tight 150-word paragraph. The contest was meet Oprah, tell her in 150 words or less what you're going to do this year. So I said, Mama, we got to put this into a mission statement, into a vision statement. We're going to build a church. And I have to tell you, the second we started writing things down, it was, we forgot about Oprah, and it was way less about Oprah than it was about putting this into a powerful mission and vision. And we did that, and I have to say, from the moment we started writing it down and emailing it to random people at Agape and strangers on the internet, the doors just started unfolding, and this beautiful miracle started happening. The right people started showing up, and this team, this community started literally immediately when we put it down on paper. And so, you fast forward a year and a half or 2 years later, and we put in all this time, treasure, and talent, and every single time I see these musicians bring down the house, and every single time Reverend Jeanette gives one of her amazing sermons, every time these kids come line up right here and show us their message that they learned, and we sing Let There Be Peace on Earth, and every single time I hear one of these stories about how one of our community members' lives have been changed or saved because of Soul Center OC, I am so deep in gratitude and pride and love. And I think to myself, I helped build this. Look at what my tithe has done. And it's just interesting, when I go up to Agape and I meet someone up at Agape and they say they've been with Reverend Michael from the very beginning, I have such appreciation and admiration for them, because Reverend Michael is a messenger from God, just like our own Reverend Jeanette is. They have a direct line of communication. They come and they give us the message, right? And we're so grateful for that, because I can't do that, and I don't know if any of you can, but I'm grateful that they can. But the thing is that Reverend Michael could not have built Agape International Spiritual Center without the warriors, that helped him from the very beginning, that helped build his vision and helped build God's vision. Think of all the lives that he's helped and saved and changed over the last 30 years, but he couldn't have done that without the community behind him and without the warriors that prayed with him, visioned with him, tithed with him, partied with him, and fully participated. And so it's just so amazing, because we have that exact opportunity right here, right now at Soul Center OC. And we're here on the ground floor building this amazing, world-renowned spiritual center right here, right now. You think we're small? Give us 30 years, man. I mean, So when you think of all that we've already attracted and accomplished in 1 year, including our very own Dr. Reverend Jeanette Freeman, I mean, what a gift. This is God's word. As we learn in class and on Sundays, that when you practice the principles, when you do God's work and you give of yourself and you fully participate and you trust and you believe in the law, God and the divine and the universe rewards you in supernatural ways, okay? What may not seem possible in the natural is suddenly possible, okay? And it's not only possible, but it becomes your reality. I've heard so many stories here of people saying, well, I don't know where I'm going to live next month, next week, whatever, but they've immersed themselves into this, and they say, I'm giving it to God, and you know what? The phone rings. Somebody calls them and says, hey, I have a place for you to live. That's what happens here at the Soul Center. So I'm inviting you to join us here right now as we grow God's vision for Orange County, for a loving, united, more peaceful community. And I'm asking you to commit to us, to give us your time, your talent, and your treasure. And the truth is, over the last year and a half, 2 years, I've given all three. And it was very easy for us to say, my mom and I did, we went back and forth with each other sometimes, listen, I don't have any more money, I don't have any more time, and I don't have any more talent, I'm done. But then the smarter of us, when we talk to Reverend Jeanette, the God's voice comes through and says, no honey, you're not done, there's more. And we give more, and you know what, we receive more. It's very scary to give when you feel like you don't have any more to give. And Reverend Jeanette talks about changing your thinking and how your thinking determines your experience. And when it comes to tithing your treasure, time, or talent, it's so easy to have this negative conversation in your mind of, I really don't have a lot of money. I really, funds are tight right now. My time is so valuable. I really don't have a lot of time. Or you might even say to yourself, I really don't feel like I have any talent to contribute. But the truth is that's all a lie we tell ourselves, okay? Because we're afraid to take the leap of faith. What happens if I give of myself and I wind up with less than I had before? It's so scary, but I'm here to tell you that that's actually impossible, and I'm living proof, okay? Because there's already been story after story after story in our community here, how they've just dipped their big toe and seen immediate results. Then they dive all in, and the rewards are endless. When you do this amazing work, doors have been opened, relationships mended, opportunities presented. And the real bottom line here is that when you live at a higher vibration and you practice the principles that Reverend Jeanette teaches us, the law will always deliver. It's
That's
just
right.
a fact. The law will always deliver. So as you give, you do receive. And when you tell yourself you can, when you change your voice, you can do it. You can have fun doing it. And I just wanted to invite you all to join us together today in very deep gratitude, count our blessings, know that we're on God's team, and it's been said that the next spiritual master is going to be a community. That's right. And so I invite you to join our community. You know, we're bridging this gap up into LA, and we're working with Agape, and we are going to be the most powerful Southern California team, group, spiritual community around, and I invite you to join us because we're changing the world here. That's our vision, and that's what we're doing. And join us. Get on our team, feel the rewards, and feel the community. It's amazing. It's been a gift in my life, and so many more. So thank you so much for listening.